Same folks that are here with us every Friday morning, the awesome people over at Caldwell Banker this morning. We've got Brett and Shai this morning, so good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so every week we kind of talk a little bit about the same stuff, but every week it's like we kind of add something to it. So this week, what do we want to talk about? Obviously, Cedar Creek Lake and why you should buy and sell Cedar Creek Lake. So let's go ahead.
Yeah, this week one of the things we're focusing on is specifically the lake. You know, why if you're buying, why buy here at Cedar Creek Lake versus another lake in the state of Texas. We have lots of great lakes, but we think this one's definitely the best.
Absolutely.
And if you own a property at Cedar Creek Lake, whether you're looking to upsize, downsize, stay on the lake, or just, you've had your fun and it's time to move on to the next adventure.
Right.
Getting that property sold here on Cedar Creek Lake and moving on to the next stage in your life.
All right, so let's just say I've got a house and I'm wanting to sell it. What do I do?
Well, one of the first things you'll want to do is you'll want to get in touch with the local realtor. One of the things we look at is, there's lots of realtors in the state of Texas.
Right.
And any realtor licensed in the state of Texas can sell legally any property out there. But there's such a wide variety of types of properties between residential, commercial, farm, and then within those types of properties, you've got residential in Dallas, you've got residential here at the lake, you've got off water, you've got on water, you've got properties with land. One of the things here is property on Cedar Creek Lake is its own market. It has its own details to it that you want somebody that knows the area, that can pay attention to these details. Most of your houses in Frisco and McKinney are not dealing with the Tarrant Regional Water District,
right.
EPA, Army Corps of Engineers, the restrictions they have. We have over 350 subdivisions on this lake with over 320 miles of shoreline. The different subdivisions within them and the different cities all have different codes, restrictions, bylaws, things you can do, things you can't do. And having a local realtor who is familiar with this, who works with these properties day in, day out, knows these things, for us, it's another day at the office. It's what we do. It's normal. And as great as there are Dallas agents, there are wonderful agents in Dallas. I'll give that to them. They're great Dallas agents. We think we're better. Definitely. We're better, hands down, every single category.
Yeah, we're coming Baker being here.
It's good, but let's face it, that's like comparing off-brand mac and cheese to, homemade mac and cheese. You're just not getting the same thing. It's like, it's like pizza. Like, no pizza's bad pizza, but then when you have good pizza, you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to eat this every time. It's the same thing with you guys. Yes, you can get a good realtor out of Dallas who will show you a good time, make the entire process easy and fun, but all of a sudden, what happens when the paperwork's not matching up? They're just like, oh yeah, we're going to do this, this, and this, and we're going to have that in a loan. It's just like, all right, great, but hold on, you're going to be in this subdivision, which has this restriction, which dictates that you can't do that. You can do this, but you're going to get a permit, and that's going to take like 6 weeks, so your closing's now going to be pushed back unless you want to wait to do that when you're already moved into your home, which is going to cost. It's just on and on and on. But you guys, you're just like, you know what? All of that sounds great, but let's set some realistic expectations. Because anyone in sales, but especially real estate, which is the highest end of sales, if you will, because of the fact that you're selling someone their home. You're selling someone the largest purchase that they will literally ever make. So you guys have to be so in the attention to detail so you know exactly how to make it a easy process the entire way. Because the last thing you want to do is be misinformed as a buyer to where you're just like, all right, great. Brett told me, hey, we're going to be closing in 4 weeks, and I'm so excited, and I'm posting, empty things on Facebook about to be a homeowner, and I can't wait to post a picture of the keys in front of the house and just snap, and it's going to be, they really wrap their mind around it, but then all of a sudden, hey, here's a little snafu here. I forgot about this.
Yeah, forgot about that. It's not a good day at the office.
Now this is going to be about another 3 months. Guess what? It's going to take everything within them not to just walk.
Yeah.
So there's so many different attention to detail points that you guys deal with every day. And they're the mistakes that aren't being made. Because you guys are just like, oh, well, hey, that sounds great. I would love to do that at my place. Are you kidding me? You're a genius.
Mm-hmm.
However, let's set some realistic expectations here, because you guys are actually going to need to extend this an additional 6 weeks. Or before we even file the paperwork for this, I want you to realize the time frame that we're looking at. Or maybe even it's not, they're trying to do something that's not possible. So you're like, well, unfortunately, because of the rules and everything else with the HOA or the whatever, POA, you actually aren't going to be allowed to do this. So let's kind of think of something else that you could do within the rules. And stuff like that isn't what people always want to hear, but better it be heard then than later on down the road after they've gotten their hopes up thinking they could do it, or hopes up thinking they're going to be able to do it within the allotted time frame. And that's what you guys offer. You know the lake, you're here every day, you eat, breathe, and sleep the lake.
Oh, not just that. We revolve around this lake. Every day, Brett and I are driving around this lake. We are going into every house that hits the market within reason that we can get in, because if you haven't got a chance to drive the shore of Cedar Creek Lake, get out there and drive some of it, and you'll see what we're talking about. Very little what you'd call track housing on Cedar Creek Lake. Every house out here is a custom house in some manner. They differ in size, design, architecture, age, everything from mid-1960s landscaping all the way up to new builds, different eras in styles on that. And then it's not just your house that affects your pricing. One of the things we look at with pricing, you've got the house and the size of the piece of land you're looking at, but you can take that same house on that same piece of land and put it on the same type of water and put it in a different subdivision. You've got a different price. Put it in the same subdivision, equal type of water view, but 5 feet of water versus 15 feet of water at the boathouse. 50 feet of shoreline versus 200 feet of shoreline. Are you in a channel? Are you on that cove? Are you on that open water? Where is it? How does that affect your house value? And not just that, you've got the house itself, but that boat dock. How much is that boat dock worth? How much is an extra party deck up there? Jet ski slips. Do you got a steel retaining wall, concrete, rock, no retaining wall? How do these things factor in?
Yeah, I mean, these are just a few things in relationship to the amenities around you. Do they have a park? Do you want to be closer to town? Different things that can severely affect the pricing of your home when you're looking to sell it. These are things.
I mean, we want to be sure that the pricing is right on your home. The marketing is done correctly on your home. You can put pictures of your home on the internet, and you can stick a price on it, and you can maybe find a buyer. But there's a lot of process to this between getting it on the market, getting it priced right, getting that buyer, and then once you've got a buyer, it ain't sold.
No.
You've got to get to closing. And the last thing you want is the day of closing, you're scheduled at 2:30 in the afternoon, and at 1:30 you find out, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to disclose that. Oh, I'm supposed to deliver HOA documents to my buyer within a certain time frame. I didn't know that Tarrant Regional had a lien on this property because the previous owner did something funky with the retaining wall or the boathouse, or something wasn't permitted or not coded in. And so these are things that as you go along, you want to be sure you have that professional with you that helps you work through that process. So even if there is some difficulties to overcome during that process, you're getting them done during the process, not losing your buyer the day of closing when you thought you already had it done and were ready to cash a check.
And you guys are going to be catching that stuff. You guys are, even if there's something in there, even if there's something that's not in there, but you're familiar with the area, you're going to be like, hold on, I remember this house that I sold. It had this issue. Hey, do you mind if I take a few hours today, I just look into it, make a few phone calls, check it, because I've had issues about this particular thing in the past, and I just want to ensure that you don't have that and everything's just going to run smoothly. And they're going to think, oh, wow, yeah, no, absolutely, of course. I don't want there to be any issues. I want this to run smoothly. And that's the professionalism and the attention to detail that you're going to get with you guys over at Caldwell Banker. You live, breathe, sleep, and rotate.
Yeah, exactly. Another good reason for using a local Caldwell Banker agent here is getting them, like you're saying, in touch with your local appraisers, your local surveyors that truly know the area, to try to get that price point right, to try to get the land surveyed out correctly around this lake, because this, like you said earlier, this is not Dallas track homes with a specific square street. You know, this lake goes in and out, over 320 miles of lakefront that curves in and out, and people that need to know about that 325 line and where to survey from that for Tarrant County.
Well, it's like I always tell people, you know, the difference in comparison is exact flip flop from Dallas lake homes and our lake homes. With Dallas lake homes, the only thing you're going to find different in the home or about the home at all is just the decoration on the inside. Whereas here on the lake, the only thing you'll find similar is the decoration on the inside.
Right.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's the only thing you're going to find the same because everybody shops the same place, likes the cute little nautical stuff from the lake.
That is the advantage of our lake here is a lot of these Dallas houses, you may have a lake somewhere out in front of you, but we truly allow you to build near the water.
Yes.
They allow you to have boat docks here, to be boating, to be fishing, to pull your irrigation out of the
from your property.
Yes. And that's an advantage that most of these lakes in Texas do not allow you to do.
Yeah, they're just like, no, you've got to be X amount of feet away. You've got to have. I've even heard of some places like, no, you've got to have it fenced off.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to have direct access. It needs to be fenced off because what if something happens? You know, and here's the thing. I was a kid. Grandfather used to hang out with him at Beechwood over there in Trinidad. And guess what? For the longest time, there was nothing between you and the lake. You know what I do? There's a big metal slide right next to the lake on the playground part over there where the community pool's at. And I used to slide down that slide on a hot day, try not to get stuck. And then as I'm going down the slide, I'd get a running start, and I'd just jump straight in the lake, right? One time, tripped, fell, hit the retaining wall, fell in, almost died. It was a bad thing, but guess what? They were just like, oh, you're going to learn that lesson, aren't you?
Yeah, you want to do that twice, or you might.
but you know, people don't realize how fortunate they are here on the lake. Restrictions here versus restrictions in Dallas are tremendous because they're going to tell you it doesn't matter if you're dropping $5 million in Dallas to get a lake view property. It's not even going to be lakefront. Lake view property, cookie cutter construction, everything else. You know, you're selling out $3 to $5 million to have this done, and they're still telling you, nope, can't do that. Nope, can't do that. I can't tell you how many people I've seen here that have built some of the most asinine things I've ever seen in my life. And I'm just like, well, I mean, they own the property, and the local towns are just like, well, they own the property. What are you going to do? Tell them what they can and can't do?
Yeah.
And it's so different.
That's one of the great things about here is we have Buckley Butler, who manages the lake for Tarrant Regional, and you have James Bailey and all the crew over there at Tarrant Regional. Great guys to work with.
Right.
They care about the lake. They care about what's happening here. They're knowledgeable about it, and they're wonderful to work with. And they'll answer calls. They'll take that phone call. They'll talk with us. They'll help work through problems, because one of the things in selling a house is we honestly cannot fix every problem that there is in selling a house. We can't do it legally, time-wise, ability, whatever.
Right.
What your realtor does for you, the real advantage is that negotiation with the relationships they've built, with the people they know, to be able to put you in touch with the person whenever there is an issue, whenever there is a challenge to selling a property. We want to have those people have that to know, do we need to go talk to James Bailey and Buckley Butler over at Tarrant Regional about an issue with a boathouse or a retaining wall? Do we need to put you in touch with that surveyor? Do we need to get you a professional appraisal over here? Who are the good people to talk to about getting those inspections on that house that are local, that know the issues with Cedar Creek Lake waterfront properties? What is it going to take to sell that house, and who are the people you want to be put in touch with?
Absolutely. And I mean, and that's what you're going to get here locally, and that's especially what you're going to get with Coldwell Banker and Gun Barrel City. We're kind of wrapping up on time, and I want to make sure we get to these properties. Real quick, they can get a hold of you guys, 903-887-7055.
That's correct.
They're located at 600 West Main Street in Gun Barrel City, right across the street from O'Reilly's, catty corner to Pizza Hut. There's the blue trim across the front of it. It's a white building. You're not going to be able to miss it. And make sure that you remember, it's the attention to detail is why these guys are going to get you from start to finish without any pain, without any complications, and it's going to be so great that you're just referring them to everyone else. Oh, start to finish, so easy. Brett did an amazing job. Shai did an amazing job. Buck did an amazing job. Everyone just did such an amazing job. You've got to use them. It was so easy, because buying a house is stressful. Okay?
It can be. It can be.
I mean, unless you've got cash in hand and enough money as outside of your hand to be like, look, this is going to be easy for me, I'll use someone else.
Well,
you're
we
that
tell everybody
person.
if you just it's all a process, and
Yes.
as long as you do work the process through, it'll help you take a lot of that stress level off when all your things are in order, and you're able to just go out and truly shop for what it is that you're looking for out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, trying to work through it and not shortcut and cheap things, because that's when the big challenges
Take your
come to us.
time. I mean, it's buying a house.
It's buying a house.
Even the people that rush through buying cars, I'm like, you got a 6-year note on that thing. You kind of rush through that. Oh, I'll be okay. You're not going to be happy in about 4 months when you realize you signed on for more than you can. You know, it's the same thing. Even more so, buying a house. Take your time. It's like I tell my wife all the time. Look, I said, I don't care if it takes us 5 years to find the perfect house, have our credit the way we want it, have the money saved up and everything else, because we're going to get a 20 or 30-year loan on a home. So there's a good chance that we're going to be financing a very expensive coffin.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Take more time. Take more time finding your home and working the process than planning a 2-day weekend vacation, please.
Yeah.
I saw this on Facebook. Take some more time to just be like, go give me my debit card. Exactly. All right, so some of the properties we have today, what's going on with these?
Our first one we've got is located at 252 Harbor Drive here in Gun Barrel. It's a beautiful 4-bedroom, 3-bath house, over 2,500 square feet, sitting on approximately a quarter acre. It's got good upgrades in the home, open concept, big open water view. It's running for $479,900 currently, and that's located over there in the Loon Bay Edition in Gun Barrel City, just directly near shopping and everything there in Gun Barrel.
Good deal.
We've also got another one here at 110 West Bayside Drive in Maybank. That's actually located in Michael's Cove over here.
Oh, okay.
It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, over 2,000 square feet. It's got good wood floors, nice fireplace in there, a deep channel boathouse. It's really good property over there, going for $219,500. Real
That's
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
that's a great deal right
yeah,
there.
right there in Michael's Cove and everything, yeah.
We've also got one right over here in Oak Acres, here in Malakoff, Eustis School District. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, waterfront home. Beautiful water on this home. Includes the furnishings and the appliances. You just got to bring your swim stuff. Just bring your swimsuit and your toothbrush. Toothbrush optional. You can get that later if you need to. Right there. And it's going for $259,900. I mean, just great,
Amazing
great
deals.
properties for great value this year on the market.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, I was about to say, do we have any more?
We got one more. If you're looking to have the lake living, but you also like the golf, over in the country club, Cedar Creek Country Club over here at 18459 Hickory Circle. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath, over 2,100 square feet. It gets you into the prestigious Cedar Creek Country Club edition there. Golf course.
Oh, that's nice.
They've got the restaurant, pool, tennis,
Right
lots
off
of amenities.
175 too.
Right there. And the good thing about these properties here on Cedar Creek Lake that a lot of people are starting to recognize is being only 55 miles from downtown Dallas, it's not just the permanent residents. Lots of weekenders love the short commute into Dallas, and it's getting to where we're getting more of Dallas employed people that live here full time because
and just commute.
They can get here quicker.
175, I'm going to say about 90% of the way, it's 75 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So you're only looking at a 45-minute commute. I live in Kemp. Driving to Malakoff, I'm looking at a 40-minute commute as it is now. You know, I'm just 5 minutes shy of just ended up off Commerce Street in downtown Dallas.
Yeah.
We have lots of clients that say they can get to their job quicker from here than
Right.
they could from North Dallas where they were previously living.
Yep. No traffic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
And final one, right there, you'd mentioned Beechwood and that slide and just going right there in the lake. Well,
That's amazing.
going right there into that retaining wall. Right over on 252 Lakeview Drive in Beechwood Estates over in Trinidad for $339,000. Great 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, over 2,000 square foot there. Recently updated. The one thing I'll say more than anything is you've got to see the kitchen sink in the corner. And they say, you know, it comes with everything, including the kitchen sink. This is a great kitchen sink setup. That's the one thing I noticed. That thing was fantastic there amongst everything. So
and Beechwood is so nice. I mean, it's a
very
closed, gated community.
gated community,
If you
lots
don't know
of
what I'm
trees.
talking about, it's the black gated community right there next to the spillway off of 274 in Trinidad. It's so nice. All you see for the most part, because they have the main roads and then they have their rock roads where people just drive their golf carts down. And it's so nice. It's where the Shady Oaks Golf Course used to be, right next to that. So great place. The clubhouse is so nice. Everyone's so friendly. Tennis courts. tons of lake out there, which is fantastic. Always put on a heck of a fireworks show every year out there.
Yeah, down there on the deep end of the lake, it really good water out there
Oh,
too.
And,
yeah, it's
and it
outstanding.
shocks most people when they hear that you can get into Beechwood for $339.
Yes.
Most people are thinking that's, starts at $750,000 to get in there, but you can get in great houses, wonderfully taken care of, good design for $339.
Absolutely. So guys, one more time, how can they get a hold of you?
They can always contact us at the office at 903-887-7055, or directly you can call my cell at 903-340-6301, and always email me at lbrettkillian@gmail.com.
Or you can contact me, Shai, at 903-340-6159, or send me an email at 340-6159@gmail.com.
That's a slick email right there.
It is, ain't it?
Again, we appreciate Caldwell Banker coming by. Make sure you give them a call, 903-887-7055, and visit them. They're right off of 600 West Main Street there in Gumbel City, across the street from O'Reilly's, catty corner to Pizza Hut. We want to thank you guys for coming out, and we will speak to you again next Friday.